Gasoline is proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors. I'm Michael Curson, producer, creator of Gasoline. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to Gasoline, viewers. We're in Lardner Park in Victoria. We're at the 2012 Last of the Chrome Bumpers car show. It should be a fantastic event. There's a heap of cars here, so let's get into it. Take a look around. Well, GM fans, I've swooped on this angry-looking Camaro here, this beautiful 69 Camaro owned by Steve Knight here. Steve, great car, mate. Tell us about it.
It was originally a plain Jane 69 that I bought. I've had it for nearly 20 years, and back then it was, I don't know, hard to find 69s, but they were the ones that I wanted, and so I had to settle on something that was a bit of a basket case, and had the car put together, and then drove it around for a while, and then about 10 years ago I took it off the road and did a rotisserie restoration on it, and it's pretty much what you see here. It's had to redo the steering conversion and the and basically all the body and everything like that. It was pretty average after a few years of neglect and stuff like that from before I owned it.
And the power plant in this car, tell us about that.
It's a 454, which is basically an LS7 with Edelbrock aluminium heads on it. So it's more streetable, I guess, than an LS7 would be with the big port heads. It's got a roller cam, it's got a high compression ratio of 12:1. A little under 600 on the dyno, and using it on regular fuel, well, regular as in premium, I can get away. I've got water injection, which stops it rattling, and it works really well. Yeah,
very good.
If I can get a 10.99.9 on the quarter, I'll be happy with it. So, and the math sort of works out that I might perfect mechanical advantage, everything like that. Then I might be able to do that, but otherwise we'll see what happens. So
I'll run a 10.9 with similar sort of horsepower and a heavier car, so I think you're on the money.
Okay, well maybe yeah. It's got a 411 rear gear. It's got a 5200 converter to get it out of the hole better, which beforehand it had a 3500, and it just couldn't get out. It wasn't really gangbusters out off the line. So the bigger converter now I think will help. The 411s we'll see. I might actually need to go 4.3s or 4.5s depending on what the RPM is over the line, but because I want a fast car, but at the same time I want something that's streetable, that you could, well, you never would drive it to the supermarket, but you could if it would be docile enough to do that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Great, mate. Well, I love the whole look and theme. You've done a beautiful job on the build, and thanks for talking to us, Steve.
No problems. Thank you very much. Thanks for showing an interest in the car.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, we're here with Darren Maybury and his very special XWGT here. Tell us all about it, Darren.
It's a 7th month 70 car, which makes it a Cleveland. The first one off the production line with the 5-slotted wheels, and it was Ford's own vehicle. It's called an S02E18 car, which is rare because the colour. Zircon green, they only made 2 in that colour. There was meant to be 4, but records show only 2.
Predominantly early cars were zircon green, weren't they?
Yeah, it was like an XR GT colour or an early Mustang colour.
XT and...
Yeah, XT GT actually, yeah. But it's got, being Ford owned, it's got the Holly carb with the Detroit locker, and it was used in the Outback, so it's got all Bathurst running gear in the car.
So it came from Northern Territory?
Yeah, originally sold in Queensland by a Ford dealer. It travelled all around Australia using the Outback. end up in Northern Territory, where it was used to do outback runs that a mate of mine was doing about a 700k run out to a property and back. So therefore, that was the best car for him to actually use.
I couldn't think of a better car for that.
Yeah. It's still got a Northern Territory sticker, I think, on the back of it. So because of that, it runs big bash pans underneath it, covers on the rear shockers, very tall diff ratio. And it's with the Bathurst diff. First gear is about 60 miles an hour in first gear. And at 160 kilometres an hour, it's still easy in third. And then fourth, it's still got plenty of poke left in it.
Amazing. And the fuel tank, you said, was modified slightly.
Yeah.
Tell us how that happened.
Being an XW Cleveland car, it's standard with a 36 gallon, but the capacity had been increased to about 39 gallons, so it gives them a bit more distance in the middle of nowhere. I know it's expensive to fill.
And did you do any restoration work on the car?
Yeah, the whole car was completely metal finished and lead loaded by a well-known car restorer, and then we got it all painted back to its original zircon green. The interior was in pretty good nick, so we just put that back in, and all the running gear was fully reconditioned, and the only mods was we rollarised the motor, so it still looks original, but fully rollarised. Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Well, thanks for talking to us. Awesome car.
Yeah. Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you. Well, we're here with John Coogan and his very unique 65 Buick Riviera. John, fantastic looking car, mate. Tell us all about it.
Oh, thanks, Glenn. I seen it on the internet about a year ago, so I had it inspected, and it ended up, the guy said it's pretty good, so I brought it in and it landed early this year, and I've just been keeping it clean.
So the car was restored over in the US?
Yeah, a guy in Pennsylvania spent 2.5 years doing it up, and he was doing the local car shows, and then he decided to start a new project, so he sold it, and I was lucky enough to get it.
Some of these guys are like that. They have to be building the car. They go to all the trouble to build the car, and then they decide, you know what, I'm bored, I want to start again, and that's your advantage, isn't it?
It is. I've spoken to a lot of guys at the shows, and they sort of sick of doing projects because they never get it finished, and their wife's always nagging them to spend more time with the kids. so best of both worlds, buy one that's already done.
And what power plant is under the hood on this car?
It's a 401 with a 3-speed auto, and it's got plenty of power. The speedo needle goes up, but the fuel gauge goes down.
And do you use the car much at all?
Just on the weekends. Just take it to local shows, that's about it.
Mate, the colour looks spectacular. Do you know the name of it?
Yeah, it's a Candy Tangerine, House of Colour, so on a silver base. So, yeah, it really pops when the sun comes out.
Mate, absolutely fantastic looking car, and thanks so much for talking to us.
No worries, thank you, Glenn.
Thank you. Well, I've found an absolutely gorgeous 55 Chevy here, owned by Darren McCabe. Darren, beautiful car, mate. Tell us all about it.
Thank you. Oh, it's a black 150 two-door sedan. Started off as a businessman's coupe, so no back seat, very, very basic. No radio, no heater, one sun visor. So when you've got a family, you've got to put a seat in them. So lucky they're the same as any other two-door sedan, so you can put a seat in it.
So they actually had no back seat from the factory?
No, they were meant for like a tradesman, a vacuum cleaner salesman or a shoe salesman. They actually slipped everything in the back there. So a 3-seater, that's all they were. But very basic, very light. They were no side trim or anything like that on them, so they're renowned for being raced and now there's not too many of them left, so that's good for us today.
A lightweight weapon, mate.
Very lightweight. They were as cheap as they made them. This was as light as they made them. So
I love the black look with those centre lines too. It looks fantastic.
So do I. Only make one type of wheel, and that's my favourite wheel. So.
Very popular in this scene, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I've changed my wheels a few times from Kragers to Combos to centre lines, but I'll never change my car. So
nothing like a bit of old school, mate. Tell us about the drivetrain in the car.
It's basic 350, all out of a HT Monaro. So turbo 350, the 9-inch, 3.5 gears, so it takes off all right, and it's still good on a highway. So.
Did you restore the car?
We have, yeah. I've had it about 10 years now. Used it for about 4, and with help from friends, Peter and Darren and my dad, brother, all of them, everyone gets in, and even the kids. Their hands fit in places where you'd never get tyre black on anything else. So
you get out on the road often, or do you?
Sort of do a lot of weddings and stuff with it now. Like you've had it for a while, so everyone sort of knows who you are and what you got. So, yeah, if it's a day like today especially, this is a good day and it's close to home. So.
Absolutely perfect, mate. Well, thanks for talking to us. Really appreciate it. Beautiful car.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
And don't forget, viewers, to look up the all-new Shannons Club. Shannons Club is a huge site. It's like a hub for enthusiasts. You jump on there, you can start your own garage, put pictures of your cars up there, stories of your cars, videos, you name it. You'll see people like myself on there, Jim Richards. Click on our garages and check out some of our machines and some of our past machines. It's an incredible site, it's growing every day, so get onto it and have a ball. We'll have a look at this absolutely immaculate 58 FC Holden station wagon I found here, owned by Simon Weir. Simon, beautiful car, mate. Tell us all about it.
Well, it's actually our second restoration. We restored a 59 special sedan over about a 10-year period, and we've had this for about 2 years now. We bought it as an incomplete project, which the original owner, and he'd spent about 12 months pulling a nut and bolt resto. Needed just that finishing touch, which we've put a fair bit into it. But yeah, it's absolutely 100% original.
And it's got the original old grey motor in it?
It has indeed, yeah. It's right down to the decals and everything. So it's one we're certainly proud of.
Fantastic. Look, I like my modified cars, I like muscle cars, but there's nothing quite like a stock standard classic. Yeah. Be able to jump in that thing and see what it was like to drive them in the day.
And the smell too. I mean, it's nice to get into cars that are full customs with all the modified interiors and things like that. But it still smells like an old car, even though it's fully reupholstered. And I think that adds to the rigid edge component of it. Smells like an old car, drives like an old car, and it is what it is. So.
It's like going back in time, isn't it?
It is indeed, very much so. Yeah, absolutely. So pretty proud of it, yeah.
Mate, I could fully appreciate that. It's been fantastic talking to you, Simon. Thanks for letting us look at the car.
Certainly. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, we're with Joe Forster here and his absolutely immaculate 442 Oldsmobile 71 model. Tell us about the car, man. It's absolutely spectacular.
Well, it's a rotisserie restoration, and it won the grand champion at the Oldsmobile Nationals. So it's about,
this is in the US?
In the US, and it's just about perfect. It got 995 points or 950 points or however they rank it. But I'm new to cars, so I'm really enjoying learning about the car. It is fully loaded. It's got a 4-barrel carburetor, 4-speed on the floor, and 2 exhaust pipes. That's what 442 stands for. It's 450 cubic centimeters. And it runs really smooth and nice. It's got fully loaded, so it's got air conditioning, power steerings, power brakes, power windows, and yeah, it's a dream. It's really nice to drive, yeah.
And these cars were very well known for having extreme performance in the day. They were right up near the top of the tree when it comes to quarter mile times and acceleration, weren't they?
And I just take it nice and slow, to be honest with you. It's a car I putt around in. I don't test the limits of the car at all, but I really enjoy driving it around.
Well, it's good to see you're not afraid to use the car and get it out even on a day like this, which is a little bit 50-50 when it comes to weather. And thanks very much for talking to us, Joe. It's been great. Love the car.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it is my 50th birthday present to myself, so I did get it with 35 miles, and I bought it to drive. Yeah, thank you.
Good on you, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, viewers, I've found an absolutely spectacular HX GTS Monaro here, owned by Shane Corden. A beautiful car, mate. Tell us all about it.
Oh, I bought it probably 3 years ago from mate. It was his cousins. And yeah, I stripped it back, restored it back to factory original best I could.
The car looks absolutely honest throughout, mate. It's absolutely immaculate. You've done all the work yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. I've got two mates that spray painters, so they definitely helped out there. And the rest of the stuff was just trawl on eBay, I suppose. Get a lot of parts out of it.
And drivetrain, what's it consist of? What engine combination?
It's just 308 and turbo 400 behind.
And they didn't make many of these things, did they? They were pretty rare.
Yeah, there's not many around these days. A lot of blokes have just sprayed over the GDS parts and put them back to just a stock-looking car, or wrecked them.
And do you drive the car very often?
Oh, when I'm not working, I try and get it out, as much as I can.
I really love this style, through from the HJ right through to these HZ GDSs. They're a great looking car, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. Through the 70s, they've had some sort of wicked colours come out in them, and a lot of them look good, yeah.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us, Shane. Great car. It's a credit to you, mate.
No worries, thanks.
Thank you. Well, here we are back at Rocket Industries once again, so let's go inside and take a look around. Now, I'm sure that by now most of you out there have heard of the name Aeroflow Performance Products. It's a name that's becoming more and more popular on a daily basis in the automotive high-performance industry, and no wonder. They've got a huge range of products of world-class standard. Whilst they're famous for developing some of the best performance hoses and fittings in the world, they also have a vast range of other high-performance products coming online on a daily basis. And it's very, very exciting, let me tell you. For that reason, I'm going to be using nothing but these products for my application on Project Warhorse. The good thing is with these Aeroflow products is they're tested and developed right here in Australia, in racing applications and street applications. So you can be assured that everything's going to work perfect every time you bolt those things to your car.
At Aeroflow, we've been hard at work developing new products. Some of our latest products are in our new Aeroflow catalogue. One of those is our new 800 Elite Series fittings. These fittings start from our high quality full flow cutter series and are then hand polished and fully chromed. Now, if you're like me and you've been building cars and you're sick of polishing fittings all the time and you go for a drive and you've got to clean things, these are your answer. If it gets a bit dirty, there's no problem. You can wash it off, give it a quick wipe, and it's back to show quality straight away. No hard hand polishing, no problems. The other world first is we've got matching Elite Series air conditioning fittings. One of the things that's always been hard to get is show quality air conditioning fittings. That's up until now. With our show quality Elite Series, we start with a stainless steel fitting that's then hand polished and chromed. This matches our full range of Elite Series fittings. And with our bulkhead adapters, you can use our mushrooms and then pop on your AN fitting so you can run your water hoses to match the rest of your fittings in the engine bay. As with all our fittings, we've got a full range of high performance hoses, adapters and accessories to suit. This will make it easy for you to plumb your vehicle no matter what application you're doing.
To download your free copy of the Rocket Industries and Aeroflow Performance Parts catalogues, go to the sponsor section at the Gasolene website. Click on the links and download away. With over 650 combined pages of performance parts and accessories, you're sure to find everything you need for your car.
Stay tuned for more Gasolene.
The 2012 Rocket Open Day. It's a huge event. You've got show and shine, rods, customs, muscle cars. There'll be a massive clearance sale with huge discounts on selected items. Then of course there's the nitro burning nostalgia race car fire up. Those things sound absolutely insane. Saturday 17th of November from 8:30 to 3:30 p.m. Don't miss it. Bring your car, in fact bring your whole family. It's an event you'll truly enjoy.
Well, here we have the 213 Shelby GT500. This is the other car we had out there on the road today up in the Dandenongs, and what an awesome looking machine. Ford have changed a few things, changed the grille, the lower spitter area, and the brakes are gone to 6-piston on the front. This particular car's fit out with a track pack, so it's got diff coolers, engine coolers, heavy duty gearbox cooler, so that everything can survive under a track situation. So this is our Mustang Motorsport flagship to the future, and we look forward to getting this one out on the racetrack. Okay, under the hood of the new 213 is a 5.8 litre, so we're back to the 351 engine. Only the sharpest eyes will probably notice the difference from this car to a standard GT500 in the 212 model. Our supercharger is a bit different, of course it's got 5.8 on it as well. This is a Eaton blower, and if you're sharp enough you'll see that this pulley is actually a lot smaller than the other pulley on the earlier model. This particular engine is producing 650 horsepower is what Ford rated at, but if you start going on the net, everybody's riding 662 horsepower, so we'll take the 662 horsepower. Bigger numbers are always better. Otherwise, physically inside the engine bay is the same as the earlier model. Certainly a big difference when you actually put your foot down on the pedal. This thing has got so much torque and it just revs amazingly freely. And yeah, it's really been done well. Ford have adopted Ford Racing obviously to develop this car so that it's a really good track car as well as a good driving road car. I think they've done a really great job with this car, and I'm quite excited about it, and I honestly cannot wait to get this thing on the track because I think it's just going to blow me away of how good this thing really goes. Well, you're probably wondering why I'm getting a new race car. Well, the fact is that the old police car has been around quite a while now. I've been racing that car for 6 years. We've developed it through different stages. Obviously it's a replica of a Gasolene, S02E18, and we've pretty much gone as far as we can go in that car. What we're finding these days in Targa racing is that with all these modern cars like the Audi, the Porsches, the Lamborghini obviously, they've all got stability control, and a lot of people are using that technology to drive their cars faster on those open roads. So this has got the same systems as those cars have, so we'll see how good this stacks up in the next coming year.
Well, viewers, I know I've got a lot of favourites, but I've got to say that these 70 Dodge Challengers are definitely very high up on my list. I've always loved these things since I was a young boy, and you can tell why. Aren't they a fantastic looking body style? This Challenger here, it's not an RT, it's not a Trans Am, it's an SE. It's the luxury model, owned by Barry Haley, and it's a really tidy, original old thing. Story goes like this. An old gentleman owned this car in Minnesota, had the car since brand new. The car got down, the car got old. The family decided to surprise him and restore it to like near new condition like you see it right here now. The old guy, guess what? You're not going to believe this, he didn't want it. He'd rather stay with his newer model vehicles. So they sold it. Barry bought it, brought it over to Australia, and is absolutely having a ball. It sports a 318 V8, it's got the 904 torque flight trans, really reliable old trans, those things. The 318s, they just keep going day in, day out. Plenty of torque and plenty of performance. As you can tell, this car here has been very well looked after and very well restored. Drives it as often as he can, and even with the way the weather is today, we've got dark clouds looming over, he doesn't care. He'll take it home and clean it up, absolutely having a ball. Anyway, viewers, thanks for looking at this machine. I'm in love with it, and I'm sure you would be too. Well, we're here with Jeff Coylo and his very smooth-looking 52 Ford Crestline. Mate, magnificent-looking car, but it's not really the sort of day you'd want to have the roof down today, is it?
No, not really. It's a little bit chilly, but yeah, the weather's turned out fine, really, so that's good.
And tell us a bit about this beautiful car here, mate.
Yeah, I've owned it for 7 years, and a friend of mine, Alan Wilson, brought it out from the States, California, about 14 years ago, and came out on 2 pallets in a container. It was quite a mess. And he's restored it and put all new parts and what have you, and I bought it off him 7 years ago, and we've had it ever since and just drive it everywhere we can, have a lot of fun, that's all.
Now, they tell me they're pretty rare, these things.
Well, I'm in the early Ford V8 Club Victoria, and to our knowledge there's only 2 registered in Australia. Another one in New South, and my one that we know of. So yeah, it is pretty rare.
So tell me about the engine in this car.
No, the car's original, right down to the last bolt. It's got the old side valve, 239. America went overhead valve in 54. In Australia they went overhead valve 55, but this is 52, so it's the original old side valve, yeah.
And what sort of transmission do they run in these as well?
It's a 2-speed auto. And
was it called a Cruiser-matic back then, or is it
Fordomatic?
Fordomatic,
yeah. So electric hydraulic roof, hood. So yeah, so it's quite good. This was the first model Ford brought out with one-piece windscreen and the swinging pedals. All the before this model was the pedals to the floor, and two-piece windscreen. So yeah, that's about all I know.
Fantastic, mate. Well, great talking to you. Beautiful car, very unique.
Yeah,
thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you.
See you. Thanks,
again.
mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now here's an event to mark on your calendar for 2013, the Gasoline Muscle Car Expo. There's never been an event like this one, where some of Australia's very best concourse American and Australian muscle cars come together under one roof. Also featured by special invitation, barn finds, street machines, special interests and 50s classics. If you have a concourse standard muscle car or any vehicle that you think might be eligible to enter this event, then contact Michael Curson via the Gasoline website. This one is going to be huge. And remember viewers, if you want to see past Gasoline episodes, go to shannons.com.au. Click on the Gasoline link and enjoy. And remember, this is a whole new season of Gasoline with new episodes every Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m, Australia-wide.
Gasoline is proudly brought to you by Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts, and the following sponsors. I'm Michael Curzon, producer, creator of Gasoline. Hope you enjoy.